Hi all, we're going to get started here in just a minute. All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this webinar on overcoming challenges and sourcing top talent with the referral program. In today's webinar, we will be covering how having a successful referral program can help you and your team meet your hiring goals. So before we get started, a few quick notes. First off, we want to thank you all for taking your time to hop on this webinar. Also, please feel free to ask questions throughout the presentation. We'll stop and read some of the questions during the webinar. The webinar is being recorded and the recording will be sent out. With that, we're going to do some introductions. My name is Shruti and I'm a product marketing manager here at Sense, and I'm joined today by Aditya and Deepak, and I'll pass it over to them to introduce themselves.
Hey everyone, my name is Aditya and I'm the product manager for Sense Referrals. It's been a while since the last demo, and we're really excited to show you guys what we here at Sense have been working and all the exciting features. Looking forward to it.
Hey everyone, myself Deepak. I'm Director of Product Management at Sense, based out of Bangalore, India. Yeah, looking forward to interact with you all. Thank you for joining in.
Awesome. Thank you both. Onto the topics that we'll be covering today. We're going to be talking about how having a successful referral program can help you reach your hiring goals. Aditya will be covering the latest Sense Referrals features and also showing a walkthrough of the product. Deepak will then go over the roadmap and discuss upcoming additions to Sense Referrals. Then we will open it up for Q&A, but as mentioned, please feel free to ask questions throughout. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Sense, our goal is to transform the talent experience while helping companies lower costs, protect revenue, and grow their business. We were founded about 7 years ago with the mission to create an end-to-end talent engagement platform. We currently have over 1,000 global customers, and we help those customers help serve over 100 million candidates. We also have over 50,000 recruiters using Sense, and our products help drive over 8 million annual hires. Sense also directly integrates with over 60 partners, and these partnerships help personalize communication at scale. Now let's talk about why referrals are important. As you can see on the screen, on average, 47% of applicants hired from referrals stayed with the company up to 3 years or more, while only 14% of applicants from job boards stayed the same length of time. Retention is a huge benefit of having a solid referrals program. 70% of employers say referred hires fit the company culture and values better than those from other sources of hire. When a candidate or employee who knows and loves the employer brand is referring another candidate, it's more likely they will be a good fit for the company. Referrals also decreases time to hire, with 67% of employers saying the hiring process for referrals was shorter. The best thing about having a solid referrals program is that it can help you overcome several common sourcing challenges. So on the screen, you can see a list of some of the top sourcing concerns. Recruiting the right candidate is a big sourcing challenge for many agencies. Referrals makes it easier to find higher quality candidates. Your employees and candidates know who they're referring very well. They'll know their work ethic and if they'll be a good fit for the job. Referrals definitely helps improve recruiter efficiency by decreasing time to hire and decreasing costs for acquiring new candidates, and also by enabling recruiters to hire faster. And as mentioned, candidates who are referred are usually of much higher quality, and that really speeds up the process of finding the best fit. Referral hires are also much less expensive to recruit, saving you money on sourcing. Creating a positive candidate experience is so crucial to having happy candidates and employees. And these happy candidates and employees go on to refer more candidates, and that continues to help you save time and money. And of course, brand reputation is key to getting quality candidates to want to work for you. So if an employee is referring a candidate to the role, that means they enjoy working there. And if the referral is a good fit for the company culture, they will also like working there. And this type of work environment can give your employer reputation a huge boost. So before we jump into the new features and the demo, I wanted to talk about some of the benefits of Sense referrals in addition to the higher quality candidates and faster sourcing. So the main perk of having a referral system is that it eliminates a ton of manual work. You don't have to keep track of a ton of different spreadsheets to figure out who gets paid, who gets bonuses, how many hours a referral has worked, etc. Sense referrals really allows you to work out of one platform and keep everything organized. Transparency is very important for the candidate experience. Candidates want to know what stage the referral is on, and Sense referrals allows all parties to see exactly what is happening with a specific referral. Sense referrals allows for lower acquisition costs because all your referral information will be on one platform. You'll be able to manage these referrals more efficiently without relying on several different tools, and you can avoid job boards. And the analytics that come with Sense referrals will really help you analyze your referral program and not only see what's working, but address any areas where you need to make adjustments. This piece is critical for measuring the success of your referral program. And with that, we have our first poll. So we just want to get an idea of how many of you are currently running a referral program. So you'll see the poll on your screen. And feel free to answer that. And in the meantime, Aditya, if you're ready for the demo, we can pass it over to you.
Sure.
Give everyone a few more seconds to answer the poll. Awesome. Passing over screen share.
Let me just go ahead and share my screen. So, hey everyone, this is Aditya again. And now I'm going to be walking you through some of the new features that we've been working on, give you guys a little more detail. And then once we're done with a quick walkthrough here, we're going to go through the product and go through the demo and see how these features work in real life. So the first one that we have is multiple referral program. Now, multiple referral program, this feature has been launched with one thing in mind, and that is flexibility for your agency, your company. Say, for example, you could run multiple different campaigns at the same time, which could be based on, say, specific audiences. Maybe you want to target women in tech. You could have different branches or locations set up by different programs. You could have high priority jobs by location. Maybe you want to promote something in New York, something in San Francisco, that's high priority. You could do time-bound campaigns like holiday referral programs, or even for staffing agencies, you could go ahead and set up programs by client. So the possibilities are endless here, just limited by like what application you could come up with. And that has really been one of the focuses here while thinking of this feature. Obviously, like across these programs, you can have custom branding, you can have different kinds of questionnaire depending on your needs. Separate links would be generated to receive these referrals, so they're neatly segregated and easy to analyze once you go to the analytics side of it. Apart from that, we're gonna go ahead to the next feature now, which is PayPal integration. Now, this was something that we demoed last year and how easy it was to set up. Really quick and easy to set up. So say, for example, you already have a PayPal account. It takes about under 2 minutes to set it up. You can trigger payments right from within Sense. So you can track the eligibility of a candidate. And as soon as somebody's eligible, you could trigger a payment. And PayPal integration takes care of the everything else, which is pretty much in real time. You could even schedule batch transactions. So you could club all those transactions and trigger them in one go in bulk. As well as like once, say, for example, January arrives and you're based out of US, so PayPal would even send you your 1099K form in case you are eligible for the same. And the last big feature that we wanted to talk about is hourly tracking, the ability to track worker hours and referral eligibility based on time work. So we realize not all our customers say would be working in terms of like how many days has somebody worked. So using this feature, you can track how long has somebody been working before they are eligible for payout. You could use CSV exports from your ATS or any other tracking place that would help us manage that. And specifically for staffing agencies, it can also track hours for a particular candidate across multiple placements. So say, for example, somebody worked for 2 weeks here and other 2 weeks there. So once you upload the timesheet, the system would recognize the candidate and then add those hours in, and you can collate everything here. So that's pretty much a quick run through over here. Now let's quickly jump over to the demo environment and look at everything in action. So this is our Sense Referral dashboard. Probably the only screen that hasn't changed much since our last webinar. You see the overall impact over here, how referrals have been flowing in, how many have been converted, payouts, and pending payouts. Since we have just set this environment, this is sort of what it would look like. This is your personal impact. So how many referrals, particularly for this month, how many have been converted to hire, and there's a quick leaderboard to just see how you stack up against other people in your particular agency. This also prompts on people you might want to reach out to who are currently pending and need consideration, or maybe walking through other processes. Now, once we do this, you can see there are a few tabs over here. So this would help us track payouts, different programs. This is our job store and settings. So let's go over a quick flow of setting up a new program and how that would look like. So once you set up the platform, you would have a default program already linked in case you have no requirement of extra programs. But say, for example, some new requirement comes in and I want to create a new program, so I can go ahead and click here. The process really simple. Takes under 5 minutes to do this. So say, for example, we have Sense Referral program over here. Hi, please refer a friend and get bonus up to $500. So as you can see, the form on the side keeps populating. So I have a quick idea as well as what my candidate would look at. Multi-brand support is available. We go ahead and select this brand. I define my terms and condition. I also have an option of making it mandatory or not. Let's keep it mandatory for now. And we have save and continue. Once you've set this up, you'll see now the form has been populated. You see your questions over here. The language obviously can be changed. You can go ahead and click hide to remove this question from the form. Name and email address. You can make things optional based on your preferences. You might want to take, say, email or phone number. A couple of other questions. Maybe I want to hide this question. Attaching a resume, I want to make it optional. And I have custom questions, so I could pretty easily ask their location, their preferred work timings, and things like that. So highly customizable form, as you can imagine. Say I don't want to change anything, I go ahead and click save and continue. And this is something new that we have introduced, which is a user access. As you can see, some of the admins are already added. So these are the admins that will inherit all access by default. So you have super admin over here, you have a viewer, and you have an editor. So an editor can go ahead and have edit accesses, sort of like how it works in Google. If you share a sheet and then give them edit access, they're able to edit configurations. And if you give them a viewer access, they will only be able to, say, view things. So we have a few editors over here. We have viewers over here. Maybe I can go ahead and add someone. Sure. Sorry, just a second. And as you can see, like, we have the users over here. We have the option of going in and adding users. So I can go ahead and look for maybe current. It seems like there's some issue over here, but the edit access over basically works here. You also have an option of moving these candidates from editor to viewer, or so as you feel like. We go ahead and click save and continue. And as you can see now, links have been generated. So say, for example, this is your personalized link. So as a recruiter, I can share this, and then I can receive referrals for the specific jobs that I have created. Along with that, we also have agency links. So this could be a generalized link where all of it can sit within one pool. So once we have created this form, I'll just take a pause over here and see if you have any questions regarding the setup part of it. Sure. In case you do have any questions, feel free to put them in our Zoom chat and we'll be happy to address them. So I go ahead and click form preview. You can see the branding that we have applied is available over here, and the form also inherits the brand colors that we had put in. What is my referral's name? Maybe I want to refer myself for now. Maybe I want to refer Deepak. Referral's email ID. I put in his phone number. Since resume is optional, I might as well skip for now. I put in my name as the referrer and my email ID. Agree to terms and conditions, and I go ahead and click submit. As you can see now, this has been submitted. If I wanted to go ahead and click track, I could go ahead and just put in my email address over here. And this would give me a quick view of what stages all my referrals currently are. So eligible for payout, may be considered. These are all the stages that referral puts it in. Obviously, we also have like system generated notifications. So once somebody has been referred, they get a notification saying that, hey, you have been referred. I can go ahead and click view details. And it would take me to the job available over here. And I have the option of either accept and withdraw, accept and submit, or I could even withdraw my application. Similarly, an email is sent for the person who refers the job. And once I go ahead and click view details, it would take me back to this tracking page that we were just looking at. I'll just take a quick pause. Any questions regarding the setup as well as the submission flow?
Hey, Aditya, we have a question here. Can you go over the difference between the agency and recruiter links in a little bit more detail?
Sure. So agency and recruiter link, the difference pretty much is that for once you have a recruiter link, so say, for example, you have a certain amount of jobs that are assigned to you. Let me go ahead and show you the screen. So say, for example, you have created a program right over here. You can see that you have two types of links. One is an agency link, one is a personalized link. So in case it's an agency link, in that case, I can receive a general referral and this would be visible to everyone. Whereas if I do it from a personalized link, this, when it comes into the system, would only be available to me and I can then manage the life cycle going forward. So basically it circumvents the flow and assigns it in case you have a personalized link. So you could then get credit for handling this referral and taking them through the stages. I hope that clarifies it. Any other questions? So this is the program we just set up. The form is complete. Everything else is complete, but you can see that currently no jobs are linked to it. So say, for example, somebody is referring to it, they can't currently select jobs. So what we can do is we go ahead and click link jobs and it takes us to a job board over here. Since currently I'm logged in as an admin, I am able to see all the jobs available over here. But in case somebody with a lower access logs in, they would only be able to see the jobs that are currently assigned to them as owners. I have a bunch of options available over here. So say, for example, I want to go ahead and filter out jobs based on an attribute from ATS, right? I go ahead and click this. San Francisco. Second. I go ahead and click apply filter. I have these options available over here. I click San Francisco. Maybe I want Boston jobs as well. I click apply, and you can see now the jobs are filtered. Maybe I want to change their bonus amounts, change it to $300 and confirm. So the changes now then take place. You can obviously go ahead and check what changes you have been making based on what filters. I go back, I select all these jobs. So all the 10 jobs on this page are selected. I click all the 53 jobs meeting the criteria, bulk action, and I go link jobs to a program. Now, once I go ahead and click link jobs to a program, what this will do is it'll allow me the ability to sort of like have these jobs assigned to this particular program. So the next time somebody fills out the form, they'll have the ability to add these jobs to the program. I go ahead and click link, and now these jobs have been linked. Now, another good feature that we have over here is that once you apply these dynamic filters, the jobs will automatically flow into the system. And the next time they meet the criteria, they will automatically also be assigned to the this particular program. So say, for example, any new job that gets added to San Francisco and Boston location automatically gets assigned to this job. Go back to the programs. As you can see now, 53 new jobs have been created. So similarly, you can create it based on anything. Right now, we use the location preference. I could have easily selected the attribute as client company, set it up for different clients that I have. I could have done it for different locations within different branches that I have. And that concludes the setup of our multiple referral programs. I'll just take a quick pause for questions before I move on to the next feature.
Aditya, how many jobs can you link to a program? Is there a limit?
No, so currently we do not have any limit. So as long as you set up the dynamic filter and you attach them, all the jobs will continuously be attached to that dynamically.
Awesome, thank you. And then who has access to view the change logs? How do you set user permissions?
Sure. So that can be managed from the Sense ecosystem itself. So within the settings page, you have user roles, and you can go ahead and select admin. And as you can see, referral v2, I have the admin access. You could select view, edit, and no access as well. So completely customizable, and you can easily define who gets what kind of access.
Awesome. And I think you answered this, but are jobs linked to a program automatically? Can you set up an automated way for jobs to be linked to the program?
Correct. So the filter that I have just set up over here, this will be in effect. So say, for example, any new job that comes with an address city of Boston and San Francisco will now continue to be added to the system.
Thank you.
Great. Now let me move on to the next tab, which is like our tracking. So we submitted, we set up the program, we submitted a submission, we looked at it from the candidate as well as from the recruiter side of it. Now we come back to the tracking section. So once we receive a referral, this is where it would generally end up. So you can see this is my referral. All the details that were submitted are available over here. And say, for example, I had a conversation with a candidate and now I know which jobs to be assigned to. So maybe I can go ahead and assign them a quick job, search over here, maybe a Sense job, and assign a job. The job now has been assigned. Obviously, during the process, I may realize that this person is worthy or not worthy. So I could say even archive them, select a reason not considered. Maybe it's already in my database, or I could just go to others and tell them the reason being that considered in future. So archive section can then also act like your personal draft, where you can go back and maybe pull someone back and put them right back into the system. Click on archive, and the person is now back again. Maybe now they are suitable. I mark them as considered. Now there are two ways in which somebody can be marked hired. So either I could do it from the like here from within the platform. But say, for example, you don't want your recruiters to come back again and again. So Sense also, Sense establishes a really good sync within your ATS. We will also be reading the placement data. So as soon as a placement is attached to the candidate, we will automatically mark it hired and then move it to the payout section and start tracking their eligibility. So right now, let's mark it as hired, and they will now end up into the payout section. I'll take a quick pause and just any questions on the tracking side of it? Great. So once you come to the payout section, you'll see there are a lot of details available, which are pretty useful over here. So the beneficiary name, the referral name, what job they were referred to, what's the bonus amount. You also have the option of editing the bonus amount over here in case it is not aligned with what the bonus amount is available over here. So you can even change this at the last moment in case you realize you don't want to pay the same amount. You could do this as confirm, and the bonus payout updates. Now, you'll see something called as time worked. Now, this is a feature, this is the second feature that we had spoken about, which is hourly tracking in terms of having timesheets available over here. Now, how do you enable this? You go to the settings section, and then while setting up, you have the option of selecting if you want to track in terms of number of hours or in terms of number of days. You have the timesheet log type, and if you select hours, you see a view something like this. Now, I go ahead and click sync timesheets because maybe they've worked for some time. I have a few updates. I want to upload the timesheet. I click over here and I click and select the timesheet. Once I click sync, as you can see, we also have the option of downloading the sample file over here and the required option columns that we need and the details we need to sort of complete this task. Click sync. You get this nifty picker. Since my CSV was in perfect format, this was able to automatically identify the columns. Maybe the column names might not be matching once you export it from the ATS. So you also have the option of personally selecting what field mappings could look like. So I could easily change the name. You click map field. We do a quick check to see if all the data is available over here. Once I click save, the timesheet is synced, and you'll see that the dates, like the hours, have now been updated over here. Now, since sometimes the number of candidates could be really high, and you might want to not wait for so long. So we also handle this task in the background. And once the syncing is complete, we send you a quick summary of this. So as you can see, how many records were processed, 8 records were processed, 2 of them were skipped, nothing was failing. You have a quick CSV, so you have all the customization available. So you have a quick CSV over here of all the process records. We also send you what all was skipped. So this really helps with transparency, as well as you don't really have to stick around and manually check what was synced and what was not synced. That brings us to the end of the demo. Feel free to ask me any questions within the chat. I'll take them now, or feel free to add them later as well, and we'll be happy to take them. Any questions, Shruti, at the moment?
So quick question here. Can you add any additional fields when uploading the CSV or just the ones that are mapped?
Well, we only require a certain set of fields to do the mapping successfully. If your sheet has extra columns, that's okay. But the required ones are only these so that we can identify which candidate and for which placement it is being done. So if there are extra fields, it's not a problem as long as the mapping of our required fields are correct.
Awesome. And is the setting for hours versus days, is that specific to each program?
No, the setting for hours versus days currently is not program specific. It's based on agency. So say, for example, like if you set it up for hours, then you have the ability to track in terms of hours across all programs.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'll just give the sharing rights back to you. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. All right. We actually have our next poll coming up. So would you like someone to reach out to tell you more about Sense referrals? So this is just for our reference. And if you click yes, we will have someone from our team reach out to you. So the poll should be launching soon. Awesome, thank you. So Deepak, I think the next slide is yours.
Yep. I think from the previous poll, I mean, it's good to know that so many of you are running referral programs in your organization, and maybe some of you are even running more than one referral program in your organization. But let's do a check-in, right? So how many of them are successful, and how are you measuring the success, right? So mostly, I mean, all organizations do have referral programs, like a sanity sourcing channel running in your organization in some shape or the form. But effective referral programs that stands out are very, very less. Recently, we were talking to a prospective customer who is a large insurance operator in Asia, right? So they had 80% of their hires coming from referrals. And to me, that's what a successful referral programs look like. Now, a successful referral program, according to us, constitutes of three major attributes: reach, impact, and drive. Next slide. So when we say reach, what does reach mean? So reach means getting to the top of the funnel, getting more of your referral programs from diverse referral sources. How diverse are your referral sources? Are you manually reaching out to your candidates to get referrals, or is it automated? Are you using modern mechanisms such as social referrals or referral influencer programs, or even QR codes, right? So Sense helps you to do all of those in some form of the shape, and we're constantly adding more features, some of which Aditya did demo, right? So Sense brings you a diverse set of channels such as email automation, SMS automation, social sharing, QR codes to help your referral program stand out. But reach alone may not suffice if you're not getting submissions. Next one. So driving more and more submissions are very, very important. If your form visitor to submission ratio is not good, that means you are able to get your reach diversified, but you're not getting enough submissions. And that's where you have to build trust with your referrers and demonstrate value. Sense brings in the element of personalization and branding in the referral forms that can help drive more submissions. A referral program that provides trust and transparencies are bound to be successful. Next one. It's very, very important for your referral program to be very transparent and induce a bit of trust by articulating clear referral policies and payout policies. Those kind of referral programs are oriented towards success, right? So referrals usually spend a lot of time in getting you candidates, and that too, they put their trust and rapport with their known ones in line. So they do expect traceability of their referrals and transparent payout policies. And Sense brings to you all the flexibility that you want to define your policies as per your referral program needs and provide complete transparency and traceability to your referrals. Next one. Lastly, yes, rewards and recognition, an element of successful referral program, right? So usually, I mean, rewards could be monetary, which is pretty prevalent across most referral programs across the various organizations. But it also like the subtleties of the non-monetary recognitions, which are often ignored, right? So behavioral research has shown and acknowledged that non-monetary recognitions like shout outs, gratitude sharing on social media and leaderboards, and gamification experience says brings in consistent drive for participating regularly in referral programs. And that's what is an important aspect for your referral programs to be successful. Next one. So referral typically, I mean, like we discussed, it works in a loop, right? So you increase the top of the funnel and build trust to get more referrals. By providing transparency and traceability of referral hires, you provide attribution to the referrers. They get monetarily paid, which builds a behavior to refer. And then that behavior gets propagated when you give them recognition through various recognition programs, right? So it's also key for organization to manage this referral loop throughout its entire aspects, look at it from the entirety and not just from one of the aspects. So typically organizations do focus on getting the referrals, but then miss out on the trust and transparency aspects. Sometimes it's a payouts without recognitions, which doesn't really work. Next one. So whether your referrals is working or not, and that's where whether you're doing the referrals right or not, it's very important for you to measure the impact. And that's the third aspect of your referrals program, to continuously measure the impact of your referrals and then reconfigure it from time to time. Metrics such as candidates referred, new candidates that are getting sourced from your referral programs, which all referral programs are working, what is your referral conversion rate from your parent referral program or other child referral programs. Uh, can you just get a visualization of the referral funnel, like how many of the referred are getting contacted and how many of them are getting hired? What is the average time to fill? Is it working for you with your referral programs? What is the referral participation rate? Which all referral programs are successful? How much of payouts are you making through referral programs? How is your cost per hire shaping up? All of these are very, very important aspects, and these help you to determine whether your referral as a channel for hiring is working or not. And with whether it is working or not also depends upon how do you continuously monitor and reconfigure it from time to time. Next one. So what is Sense doing about helping you to get more reach, impact, and drive, right? On a roadmap front, Sense is trying to bring in more and more features in each of these three areas to make your referral program successful. Next one. So we're going to come up with a very, very revamped and modern referral analytics dashboards. So this would be completely exhaustive and overall of our existing referral analytics, and would bring in new dimensions of referral programs, the conversion rates, the metrics that I just mentioned, and that too in various job contexts. So you have different dimensions to measure your referral program in your organization. And yes, you could reconfigure them for success. Next one. We're also working on a modern referrer portal, which kind of imbibes trust and transparency to your referrers. So, I mean, your referrers could come in, they could sign up, they could personalize their referral portal and their ambassador links. They could track their referral performance, their past referrals and payouts. We're working on something very, very innovative here. So we'll be keeping you posted on this. Next one. gamifications, right? So we just spoke about non-monetary incentives and a way to manage them. So today, since referrals has a basic leaderboard, which Aditya demoed previously, but we are going ahead to develop a gamification engine, and that gamification engine will help you to define your referral gamifications uh, throughout different referral activities that happens throughout the different referral processes that you have. You can define reward points, badges, and honors for your referrals, and have mechanics to bring in recognition as well as a subtle competition in your referral programs. Next. Recruiters are an integral part of the referral programs, and Sense is going to make it easy for recruiters to come to referral programs, track their referrals, and manage their own referrals through referral Chrome extension. So Sense does have a Chrome extension. If you're using it, then you're well aware about it. So we're going to bring in a section for referrals where your recruiters could track and manage their referrals, look at the incoming referrals, and stay on top of it from anywhere, even from within your ATS, without having to come to Sense platform and logging in. Next. Lastly, we will also introduce Sense Referral Chatbot and other mechanics for getting top of the funnel and driving more submissions. Yeah, so this would be coming in H2. So that's all from the roadmap front. Back to Shruti.
Awesome. Thank you, Deepak. So now we will be opening it up for Q&A. So feel free to share any questions that you have, and our team will answer them right away. So we do have a question here about referral analytics. So can you guys talk a little bit more about in detail about what referral analytics will look like and what reports people will be able to pull?
Sure. So in Sense referral analytics, you would be able to pull in, say, all the basic metrics that you would want to from a referral side of it. So say, for example, time to hire, number of referrals sourced, how many were converted, and things like that. Apart from that, we also have a lot of advanced analytics. So since we have the multiple referral program, you can compare the performances of different programs. You can compare performances of different jobs. Which jobs have the lowest time to hire. You can also look at in terms of ROI metrics. You can look at average time to fill of referral jobs versus non-referral jobs. You can compare how much time has it saved your recruiters in terms of hours, and a lot more exhaustive analytics as well. So pretty much all the matrices that you could think of and some more.
Awesome. And then can you give some common instances you've seen for the use of multiple referral programs?
Sure. So as I was mentioning initially, that you could have it based on a specific audience. So say, for example, like you want to cater it to, say, only warehouse workers, truck drivers. Maybe you want to do only a software technology related program. So you could do it based on specific audience type. You could do it based on different branches and locations that your agency might have based out of different locations. You could do it based on even priority of jobs. So maybe just a set of few jobs, or maybe for one particular client that has a few more jobs that are high priority, you could create a separate campaign just for those as well. You could do it based on time bound. So say, for example, you have a holiday season coming up, you want to run a specific referral program just for that. You want something restricted. So the limitation is basically just what your application could be. The flexibility provided by the platform is immense. So all these examples and many more, basically any attribute that you desire or any differentiator could be used as a basis for having different kinds of referral programs running at the same time.
Awesome. And along the lines of multiple referral programs, do we need to have a default program?
Yeah, so default program is basically a catch-all program which inherits all jobs. So once you are doing your initial setup, default program is set up by itself, as the name suggests. So say, for example, you do not have any complex requirements or things like that, then you can just utilize the default referral program. In case you have more requirements which need segregation, then you can use like multiple referral program feature to create like sub-programs and things like that. So yes, default program will be always there.
What happens if a candidate leaves before finishing the required time?
Yeah, so our tracking is pretty extensive. So in case somebody like placement terminates, or you have the option of archiving them right from there. So the platform will not say automatically trigger anything. We also read placement data. So in case like something is terminated, we will stop it at that moment. And you can then go ahead and come to the platform and take an action like, hey, like, do I want to archive this person? Or have they joined a different job? In case of staffing agencies, I think that's a commonplace area where they could be working in multiple placements. So it's pretty easy to just go ahead to the payout section and just archive the candidate who's no longer in the process. And that should take care of that.
Can you customize which jobs a recruiter can accept referrals for?
Yes. So we follow the same structure as you would follow in the ATS, which is that the jobs are assigned by job owner. So if you assign a job to a particular person, they will be able to see it. If they are not the job owner for that particular job, then they will not be able to see it. So it's pretty segregated, just keeping the ATS structure in mind.
When a candidate submits a referral, how are they notified if that referral is hired?
So we have an extensive notification area where you can customize what kind of notifications to be sent both to the recruiters, that's myself, or to the candidate who's been hired. So they will be sent email notifications as the status changes, as they progress from one stage of the hiring to the other. And once they are hired, they will also be intimated. So as well as the referrer will be intimated that, hey, like your referral just got hired, and after this duration of like this is their eligibility period. And even when the payout is pending, like we will tell them like, hey, like now it's eligible for payout, both to the recruiter as well as to the referrer.
Awesome. And we have a question here about how Sense Referrals works with other Sense products.
Great. So since it is the Sense ecosystem, so it's very easy. So we have custom playbooks that you could launch just to activate your database. You could use links to send it out. We soon have, as Deepak showed, referrals chatbot coming in. We will also have referral tracking and payout available through like messaging extension. So there are deep integrations with our existing products, and it will work in tandem as you would expect a platform to work pretty much seamlessly with each other.
Awesome. And then last question here. So what payment methods do you integrate with?
Currently, we have PayPal as a supported. A lot of the times we have realized that customers prefer to take a data export and then handle it through that avenue as well. So from the integration side, we currently integrate with only PayPal. But in case you have, say, like a separate payment method or HRMS system that you take care through, we can go ahead and provide an export, and that will be able to suffice there.
How is tax compliance handled?
Sure. So in case you're based out of US, so 1099K, I think, is the form that is usually applicable. So if you are eligible, the PayPal from the PayPal side itself, in the month of January, you will be sent an email with the 1099K form attached, which you can then submit to the IRS.
Awesome. I think that wraps up our questions for today. So I just want to thank you all for hopping on this webinar. And yeah, hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.